What has a zero chance of happening in the next 50 years? Anything that drives down corporate profits and greed. They'll spin that shit to make it sound like they have your best interests at heart, but really, they're just trying to say the thing you want is the thing they're selling. They'll burn the earth to the ground before they let it affect stock prices or their bottom line. People being complying without question after the pandemic, even on hardcore totalitarian nations like China, are already quiet quitting and sign of subtle rebellion. Soon, the next generation won't just sit back and be told what to do by the previous one. I'm both happy and slightly afraid of that notion. I am a Gen Z. Supervolcano eruption at Yellowstone. Technically, it's not zero, but the odds are so close to zero that it might as well be zero, especially when you consider the magma chamber beneath the park is mostly solid and does not have anywhere near the level of liquid lava that scientists believe is necessary for an eruption. Solving aging, finding immortality. People have been trying to solve aging for 5,000 years. Ancient Chinese emperors who could sacrifice thousands of people with the wave of a hand couldn't figure it out with their experimentation. We won't either. Accept it. 1. People treating each other nicely, globally. Stopping wars and actually taking care of famine, etc. 2. Religions to stop murdering others in the name of a fantasy book. 3. Trickle-down supply-demand economics actually work. US, the economic slaves having our overall tax burden decline. Zero chance of that unless, which I pray for from time to time, the entire US federal government collapses in on itself, and we simply start over. The global water level not rising by at least 2.5 meters and drowning many countries and islands. Every beach property is currently worth millions is worthless within 50 years. World peace. Rich countries stopping to use poor countries for their own benefit. Majority of people starting to think by themselves instead of believing what media says. Billions of things. Sunburst, or your second birth. Transformation of all people into chickens. Mice evolving to Tetris civilization. Changing the value of pi. Me winning the World Snooker Championship. Me having zero debt. Me at the age of 90 actually having retired. Fucking UK government. The Mormon Church accepting members of the LGBTQIA community into the church without reservations or restrictions of any kind. A magnitude 10.0 earthquake occurring. Geologists believe there is no fault line on Earth capable of producing such an event. America not going to complete trash. Smart people are moving or not having kids. Society will turn into the movie Idiocracy. Homes prices going down in any reasonable amount in comparison to the crazy amount they have gone up these past few years. Time travel. Politicians representing us. Interstellar travel. Police having a soul. Critical thinking being normalized. Conservative existing. We are dying out thanks to the reputation clowns like the Tories, and the Republican are giving it. AI taking all the jobs, while humans relax and live off of universal basic income provided by our benevolent overlords. Me being a multi-millionaire, and then living on an island far away from the craziness of society and be at peace. Achieving tight to civilization on Kardashev scale with a Dyson sphere. A small chance of achieving Type 1 though. The current old AF lizards in Congress leaving office. They'll outlive us and keep passing laws to keep them in. Seeing a US-UK government focused on genuinely trying to make a better place for the general populace to live. Having a third variable political party in the US without some kind of massive internal conflict, civil war. Conservatives saying they don't want any more school shootings and are willing to start banning guns. In America, having a social safety net that gives everyone access to food, shelter and healthcare. Trump going to jail or being held accountable for anything. World peace. Trump telling the truth. Reversal of climate change. It won't happen as long as money exists and the planet is a resource. In America, universal healthcare and the idea of retirement for anyone who isn't a baby boomer. Humanity collectively beginning to improve and stop war. Would hunger climate change, etc. Toronto Maple Leafs beating the Boston Bruins in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. A stable, progressive American government with politicians who are forced to retire at 65, ending the use of fossil fuels, and Elon Musk ever releasing an actual self-driving Tesla. Jeffrey Epstein killing himself again. Because he didn't kill himself the first time. 4 million people simultaneously combust in South Italy in a wine field for no reason. Israel existence. WWI not happening. Mars landing. Space elevator. To name a few. End of the world. Sorry to ruin it for you apocalypse lovers, but not gonna happen. A government that actually helps people, and not just pay their wealthy friends. I was about to say dinosaurs becoming unextinct, but then I remembered cloning. National UBI in the US. As much as we're gonna need it, it's not gonna happen. The USA gaining any level of sanity and joining the rest of the modern world. Me unblocking someone who asked where I live 5 minutes into the conversation. Bitcoin being the next global reserve currency. Elon colonizing the moon. The United States running a budget surplus. Or printing more money. Sigh. Anybody honest website having any control of themselves or their temper. The top richest people will start caring about the people under them. Fully automated luxury gay space communism, the Star Trek future. To see the light emitted as I write from a star at 51 light years. Someone proving that Lee Harvey Oswald, acting alone, killed JFK. Me getting promoted. My self-confidence is pretty dreadful tbh. The Roman Empire resurrecting with Augustus as a zombie leader. Banks suddenly replacing COBOL code bases with something newer. Sadiq Khan not expanding the ULEZ to fuck off more motorists. Experiencing my favorite video games for the first time. The Return of Jesus. The mythical creature from the Bible. Michael Schumacher winning another F1 World Championship. The ultra-rich actually paying their fair share of taxes. People who have been cryogenically frozen being revived. Drake legally coming within 300 feet of a middle school. A decent person being president of the United States. A Republican-controlled house getting anything done. The Toronto Maple Leafs winning another Stanley Cup. Thanks for asking. Being sexual with any man. Epstein's pedo buddies getting exposed, prosecuted.